Welcome everybody to the Daoyin 1.1. This is the first week. This is your first set of exercises to practice. Daoyin you should be able to do this anywhere, at home, in the office, at your friend's house, in the clinic, wherever it is that you are. Here I'm just doing some gentle circling of my waist in a Wuji posture, so my feet are parallel, just gently searching for any restrictions, keeping a lot of chi in the belly, so a lot of breath. So keeping my breath very low down, and the breath is almost semi-held in the belly. Keeping the center moving there, so the belly is nice and full. Making sure my feet are parallel, legs are straight, knees softened. Then we go down to the floor. Feet touching. In this standard kind of butterfly position that we see a lot of different martial artists and yogis, yoga practitioners do. I'm just taking time to still myself, and I'm using very, very deep breaths, and as I'm breathing in, my legs are softening, drawing my knees towards the ground gently as I breathe in. Taking time to feel the sits bones, the seat bones, literally the seat bones of your pelvis. Right leg goes out first. I bring my left leg in gently. I take time to feel my spine, make sure the sit bones are level on the ground. Deep breaths in now, 3 deep breaths into the lower belly. And to see, can I feel, and I'm actually rocking to see where my seat bones are, to see am I sat more on one than the other. And that appears to be the case here. So I'm feeling the difference, adjusting my leg to see can I get a more complete grounding. Waiting until I feel it happen. Then I open the hands out. Right hand gently searching towards the ankle, but not going all the way. The objective of this is not to bend, but to open. So you see as the hand comes over, I turn to look at the elbow. I turn to look at the elbow. I watch for that shoulder. The shoulder can start to take over. And I turn and I look into the crook of the elbow. I'm adjusting that front leg. See how I'm making sure I'm happy with that front leg, it's not collapsing. I'm ensuring I can feel a sensation through my lats. So the opening is this way. This is where the Daoyin is. It's not in trying to see how far your head can go like this. This puts too much pressure on the neck. So this would be an incorrect position. This is forcing it. Coming back down slowly. Gently bringing my body forward towards the knee. I'm not aiming to get to the floor. I'm aiming to see can my belly breathe in towards the leg, holding there on the knee, letting the head come down to rest. And I'm taking 3 very deep breaths in to release the pelvis. I wait a moment. Then I take the other leg and place it behind me. And I wait a moment, feeling the seat bones. Checking, rocking backwards and forwards. When I'm ready, I go forward gently. Adjusting. Nothing here is forced, it's all guided. It's all guiding where I feel the restrictions and breathing into those restrictions. 3 deep breaths in so that my breath is actually pushing my body off the leg. So I'm actually lifting my body off the leg with my deep breath. Bringing that hand behind, feeling comfortable, making sure that's my pillar and it's supporting me. The other hand comes in behind and I push all the breath into my belly. So I'm sorry if I'm exposing myself there a little bit, but I'm pushing the belly right out, putting all the air into my belly. Then when I feel comfortable, I rest on my elbow, taking my time, pushing all the breath in, letting the head go, really pumping the belly up to the ceiling. By pushing all the air into your belly, you open up the spine, the lower spine. Pumping, releasing. Pumping, releasing. Letting go of the head. Pumping, releasing. Coming back up, rolling over. Not forcing myself with my abdominal muscles, just rolling over, back round to the front. Elongate, see how much longer the spine has become now from the beginning already. That's just from the breath. I'm going to swap over. These series of exercises have helped me through a myriad of horrendous injuries over the years. Again, I'm checking left and right. Where are my seat bones? Adjusting that leg, making sure I'm comfortable. I'm not launching into these poses straight away. Hands come this way. This side is definitely less open, you'll see. Again, watching that left shoulder, watch me, I'll adjust. Feeling that, that's the opening, that's the yin, Daoyin, guiding that motion, letting go of that front shoulder there, turning to look into the elbow. And what the aim of this is to improve our posture. Checking on that leg. Again, I don't want to compress this way. I have to make sure I'm opening this way. And releasing. Checking in, checking on the leg. Gently going forward. Using my hands as a bridge. Guiding the breath into the belly. The belly's pushing against the thigh. It literally is lifting my hands, lifting my body off the leg. That leg stays where it is, the other one comes in behind. Making sure the knees are down. Three breaths into the belly, breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. That releases the spine, making some adjustments there, making sure I'm comfortable. Coming back up, hand to here, this other hand comes behind, sweeping behind, crawling backwards. Again, all the breath is in the belly. Then I go down onto the elbow if I'm able to. You don't have to do this. This elbow comes in behind, the two hands touch each other, form a bridge. Pushing all the breath into the belly now. I've got to really force that breath into the lower dantian. Opening up the front of the dantian and sealing the Ming Men. Breath goes away. Breath comes all the way in. Breath goes away. Breath goes all the way and really forcing it in there. Coming back. Crawling around to the front, taking my time. Then both legs, feet come together, and you'll see how much lower the knees have fallen already just from that 8 minutes or so of movement and breath without any force. Posture is a little bit straighter, shoulders a little bit more even already. Checking in on that, making sure I'm happy with it. Now crossing my legs over, touching my balls of my feet, lifting my feet off the ground, shoulders down, elbows bent, balancing on the sits bones, on those seat bones. grounding through the coccyx. This circulates chi from the upper dantians to the lower, and from the limbs. And you will find one way feels strange. It's like folding your arms one way then the other. One feels natural and the other doesn't. This helps create a circuit through your body after the work is done. Holding that posture, ankles are off the ground. Then keeping the legs off the ground. Holding the knees into the elbows, palms forward. Again, balancing. And holding that posture and feeling the balance point. This builds trust and grounding through the lower dantians. Feet come back together and a check-in. And again, now you're seeing those knees really begin to drop because the pelvis is opening from these exercises. Again, I've not forced anything, just the natural movements. Now I'm just going to put my left leg in front of my right leg, and I'm not in a lotus position, and I'm just gently lifting my pelvis off the ground and pushing forward and then swapping over, and it feels weird on one side to the other, and then pushing forward with my body, lifting my pelvis and pushing forward. That just opens the groin. For many years I've suffered with knee issues, and this has helped to a great extent without putting too much pressure on the knees. Again, breath into the lower dantian, pushing the dantian out. Then coming back for some tendon stretching. Firstly, I'm just going to sit there for a moment and check in on my posture and make sure I'm on my seat bones again. Hands are up, just gently balancing on the tips of the knees, forearms on top, feeling the chi, feeling the sensation in the palms of my hands, noticing, and then clearing down the back of my neck and forward. So the intention is breathing in, down the back of the neck, pushing forward. This creates a state of cleanliness and cleaning the chi flow, preparing for stretching tendons. Clearing the front, where I'm going to move to. So literally like I'm swimming in the sea, sweeping forward, clearing, crossing over the hands. A lot of meditations and neigungs and qigongs, they don't do this practice, but it's essential. It creates an intention of cleanliness and preparation. Wiping down the sides, liver, gallbladder channels, just wiping, massaging, clearing any stagnant blood. You can be as vigorous as you want. Wiping and clearing, hammering, soft fists, jifa. This helps prevent chi stagnation, which of course over time can cause problems, stiffness. And it's stimulating and invigorating. Toes together again. Prayer position. Pushing interlocking my fingers. Bringing them up. I'm going to bring them up behind my head, watching. Pushing forward and up and away. And up and away and up. And I'm going to adjust the posture now in a minute. Away behind the head and up, away, behind the head and up, away from the heart center, behind the head and up. Breathing in, pushing. You will feel like a pumping motion through the lats from doing that, and you'll feel quite warm. You can repeat the stretching. Sometimes it's good if you have time to spend 30 minutes, you can repeat the whole sequence 3 times, and you'll notice that the second time will feel vastly different to the first, and the third time you'll feel a very soft and very light and almost effortless, finishing with grounding, just holding Wuji, nothing special, just an intention to finish the practice. And that's Daoyin Part 1, floor exercises.